collider. So you have to attach manually first. Like select the player character, go to component, physics. For the human character, we will prefer the capsule collider. Okay, we will prefer the capsule collider. Okay, let me add this. Can you see this? Under your leg, okay, you can find a small capsule like this. Can you see this? But in your case, okay, it might be different. How many of you can see the capsule collider under the leg for your player character? Can you see this? See, my mesh, I have reduced the size, okay, because of okay, this collider is looking different. But in your case, at least, okay, it will come properly. Okay, you can see this much big, like this much big. Can you see the green color wave like this under the bottom of your leg? Can you see that? See, now we have attached the collider, but that collider is not covered the whole body properly. So we have to adjust the values. We have to adjust the values like where, see in the inspector, this is the collider, right? Capsule collider is the component, okay, which I have attached. Don't add many times. You're supposed to add only once. After that, first you increase the height of the collider, like let me give 5. It is still less. Let me give 10 or 20. But for your case, okay, you can give the height only 2. Height 2, and you just adjust the center Y position like 1. I'm talking about you guys. Okay, see here, okay, my character is looking weird, okay, because I have reduced the size. But according to your case, if they have followed the proper proportion means, okay, you just increase the height. So the height will be divided like uh, in the positive side of in the negative side of. No? After that, okay, you just adjust the Y position. See, now let me adjust my Y position like this. Yes, 20 it is too big, so let me give 18. Yes, can you see? I adjusted the height of the collider, but if you look at height and the Y position, I have adjusted. But in your case, okay, I can blindly say the value that okay, you can increase the height value 2 and the Y position 1. Okay, it will perfectly fit. It will perfectly fit. But in my case, you see, I have to do so many adjustments. Okay, see, let me increase the radius of this also. 2, 3. See, now only it is covering the whole body. Even 3, 4. That is fine. Can you see this? I have adjusted the value according to my character. But in your case, if the modeler would have followed the proper ratio or the proportion, then you don't need to go with this much value. You can blindly assign the height value to radius 0.5 and the Y value 1. Automatically, it will cover the whole body like the capsule like this. Have you guys done? See, attaching the collider will automatically cover the whole body. Okay, so you have to cross verify whether it is covering the whole object or the model like this. Is it done? Have you guys attached the collider? Sir, it is recording. Or what? Record. Yeah. So now I have attached a collider. And after that, what is the next component I want? I want the, which component I want now? See, I have attached the collider and rigid body because he is a player, he is moving around inside the environment. So only collider won't be sufficient to figure out the collision. Okay, I need the rigid body also. Yes sir, rigid body. Okay, I attached a rigid body, and see, everything should be on. You just freeze the rotation, only the rotation. You freeze only the rotation. Control S. Now I have done only half of the part because I have attached collider and I have attached rigid body only to my player character. If you select the house buildings like this, if you select the house buildings, you select any house, you look at the inspector, those house buildings doesn't have a collider at all. Can you see this in the inspector? Okay, there is no collider at all. Can you see? Okay, then select all the houses together. Before going to attach the collider, okay, I will tell you something. See, this house is not exactly like a box because we have a steps which is coming little forward, and here, okay, this wall is little inside. Yes or no? Okay, so if you want to really go inside the house and if you want to feel such kind of experience, then in that case, okay, you can go with the exact mesh collider. See, only for this particular house, I didn't select all my house. I have selected only this particular house. For this house, I'm adding the component called a mesh collider. So what this mesh collider will does is, okay, it will create the a top layer as it is like a original mesh, as it is like a original mesh. But if you create a box collider, okay, it will cover the whole box kind of a thing. Are you guys getting? See, now for the remaining houses, let me select. Okay, for the remaining houses, I'm adding only the box collider. Okay, I'm adding only the box collider. For this, there is no collider. For this, for this house, yeah. For these four houses, I am attaching component physics box collider. Can you see the difference between this collider? See, it will cover the whole box like this. Okay, it won't create the collider as it is like a buildings. It will cover the whole house. If you are keeping inside any specific box, okay, the collider will be like that only. Okay, see here, this house, okay, the wall is over in this position only. Okay, wall is ended in this position, but here this is an empty area. But because of this wall, okay, the cube won't stop it here. Okay, it has extended till here. Can you see this? See, it's kind of a whole box kind of a thing. So basically, when you are just placing a buildings for just a feel and look, so such buildings and all, okay, you can make it like a cube or a box. So that time, okay, you can go with this collider. Else, okay, I want to literally go inside the building. Okay, I want to roam around. I want to climb the staircase. All this means, okay, that time you can add a mesh collider. Okay, why I am not preferring to add mesh collider? Because again, the component cost is matter. Okay, mesh collider means, okay, it has to create exactly like the mesh, na? So that time, okay, it will take more cost. Means the component is little costlier compared to other component. Box means, okay, you don't need to worry. Okay, you can just create 6 faces cover. That's it. But mesh collider means it has to be exactly like that box. Okay, so now I have attached collider to all my house. Then I'm not attached a rigid body. Only collider is enough because the house is not going to move at all anywhere. Okay. Only the player I have attached the capsule and rigid body. Okay. So now controllers. Can you see? He can't go. He can't go. Why? Because that house having the box collider till in that point. See? See? That is. Okay. So now I have attached the rigid mesh collider to this particular house. See? This is also box collider. That house. See, I can go next to the wall. Can you see? This is a mesh collider house. And even like here, can you see? On the inside that there is nothing. It is like empty. So don't. We can go. Is it fine? So now you know the difference between mesh collider and the box collider, and where you supposed to use exactly mesh collider is only in the specific places. Okay, suppose you are going to interact with some object. That object is kind of a jug. For that jug, okay, you're not supposed to attach a box collider or a capsule collider. Okay, you have to attach a mesh collider. Okay, so then only I can grab like this the VR. Okay, if you attach a box collider means okay, if I catch, okay, my hand animation will be like this. But if you look at the jack, okay, I would be uh, picked in somewhere randomly. It is not exactly within that curve, the bending. Are you guys getting? Okay. So now here, if you want to find a collision, you know what we supposed to do, right? Okay. So now I have implemented all the collision components. Okay, collider is there, rigid body is there. Suppose, okay, if you want to collect something, if you want to collect any positive obstacles or any gift boxes or any treasures, okay, so we can add the collision code inside this player controller code. Okay, so meanwhile, let me download the treasure box. Let me select the free one.
This one was set Unity
Asset store.
system.
So in the Unity asset store, okay, so here I want to show some positive obstacles to collect kind of a treasures. Okay, see the day one, okay, we have learned okay how to find a collision between two cubes. There we were just showing the sphere and we were treated that as a coin or the enemy. But now let me show some gift boxes. So the yeah. So this is the gift box. Okay, low poly, casual, chest, cheese. So let me add this package in my Unity project.
Yeah. Ini kita mau apa? Ini 46 udah, upload ya bro. Iya man. What ya bro?
See, once you click open an Unity option in the browser page, immediately the navigation will get switched into the Unity and inside the package manager like this. Then click the download option, then import in. Okay. So now the package which I have downloaded is AZ Tech Games. Open that. There you can find the prefabs. You can find a different pressure boxes, and you just decide okay whichever you want to use. Okay, so let me drag and drop. We just kept four different pressure boxes. Can you see this? You double click, okay, you can go to the close up view. So have you guys added the treasure box? Yes. Okay, so let me create a empty game object and let me treat as coins and keep all these four treasure boxes under the coin parent. I have just grouped it. Okay, I have just aligned. Okay, so once you placed the treasure boxes inside the environment randomly, now I have to find a collision between my player and this treasure boxes. So first I have to check whether this treasure boxes has the collider or not. Okay, you can check. Only animator is there, but no collider. Okay, so you select all the chest boxes together and component physics, add a box collider. For this, I don't need to go with the capsule collider. Okay, box collider is sufficient. Can you see this? Yes. So I have attached the collider, and as I have many treasure boxes and the names are different, so I don't want to go with the name when I'm finding the collision. Okay, I will go with the tag. Okay, so select all these treasures together. Then in the inspector, tag is untagged. Okay, that you can change into coin because those tags were available in my project. Okay, so you don't need to create a different tag or a same tag in different scenes. Okay, whatever okay you are doing, so that will be available throughout the project. Okay, so I have added the treasure boxes and I have attached the collider. Then I have add the tag called coin. Okay, so now controllers, select the player controller script. Player controller script has only the animation and the transformations, rotation, all those things. But now I want to add the collision code. Okay, the same code only. Okay, you don't need to change anything. See, after the update function, because my update function is started over here and it got end over here. Okay, so after the end bracket, public void on collision enter, then if collision dot game object dot tag, which is equal to coin, then destroy collision dot game object. Same thing that we have already written in our input controller script. See here, that thing. Okay, you can copy paste inside the player control. Done. So those who have done with the coding part, okay, you just check whether the player can able to collide with the treasure box or what. Controllers. Is it colliding? Is the collision happening between the player and treasure box? Okay. See, those who have done, just check the collision. See? Yes. See, they have added the animation also for some treasure boxes. See? You can collect. Just check whether it is happening or not. It will happen with all the treasure boxes. So now, one thing which is really important, I'm not feeling this as a game. What is that? Huh? Sound. It is kind of a muted film or a muted game. See, when you are moving or when you are watching a film, okay, obviously the background music is very, very important. Na? See, in other applications, okay, it won't make a big impact. But in game and in film, without the music, okay, we can't feel so. Okay, so music is very, very important now. Okay, so now the player is simply roaming around and he is collecting the coins, everything is happening, but the music which is missing. So now we are going to add the background music. Now we are going to add the background music. Like how? See, you can go to the browser and you can download any BG music free. Birthday, happy, horror, energetic. This is a paid one. Will go with the free. Guys, you can download any free background music. Okay, I want only the MP3 file. Okay, you can find a different sources and you can download. See, let me play.
What is that?
Let it download. You also can
Same folder.
bring it inside the assets. Sir.
I need to create a folder called music or
Yes, sir, audio.
audio.
Audio. Not well.
Huh?
We are not well. Not exactly. Too many, too much of code.
Most of the
Yeah, see, the file is downloaded. So if you want to use inside your scene window, okay, you have to first bring inside your project. Okay. So let me drag and drop inside the project window like this. Else, okay, you can follow the same procedure of how you guys are importing the image files. Na? See, either assets, import new asset in the desktop, not in the desktop, in the download folder. Okay, I have downloaded. So you can select this and you can import it. This is one of the easiest way. Else, okay, you can drag and drop. Else, under the project window, okay, you can right click the assets folder, import new asset, select the music file and add. So now let me create a new folder. Why? Because I don't want to leave my audio file outside like this. So let me create assets, right click, create a new folder called audio. Then drag this audio file inside that controllers. Even like, okay, the Unity editor has the media player. Okay, so you can play and check the music. Okay, see, select the music file, the audio file in the inspector. Okay, you can see the play button here. Just click the play button. The music can verified inside the Unity also. After that, now I want to make this background music to be play when I start playing the game. Okay, so basically here, okay, you have to understand one thing. If you want to play any music inside the game, then we need a component called audio listener. We need a component called can't feel those applications. So by
wait.
default they have yes
Thing
sir.
is, I think Gayatri just joined, right? Gayatri, are you there?
Yes, sir, just joined due to some
What
other
is
work.
going on? Maybe so we are trying to add the background music. So I think you can just recap how.
Okay.
So what? Yeah, please tell.
See, actually,
Where to now?
yesterday till yesterday we have completed the animation part for our player character. And today we have attached the capsule collider. Why? Because this character was downloaded from the Mixamo website, so this doesn't have a collider. So we have to attach manually. Like select the player, component, physics. You choose the capsule collider, and the capsule collider will appear at the bottom of this character, and you have to adjust the values to cover the whole body like this. So in the capsule collider, okay, you have the option for adjusting the height, the radius, and the position. So you can give the height value is equal to 2, keep the radius like 0.5 as it is, and you can adjust the y position like 1. This is for the other character, but I have chosen this character, because of that I have given this value. Then I have attached the rigid body to this player. Why? Because we are going to find a collision. Then the rigid body, I requested to freeze the rotation part. Else, if you get hit with some object, okay, immediately if the character goes like this, okay, the camera also will rotate like this. Then it will look awkward. Okay, so that is why I told you to freeze the rotation. Okay. Then for the houses also, you supposed to add the collider. Okay, for the houses, you can go with the box collider, and for this one house I have attached the mesh corridor. Why? Because here this particular house has the stairs, so I want to climb on the stairs and I want to stand inside this balcony or this veranda. So that is why for this house I have attached the mesh collider, and for the remaining houses, okay, I have attached only the box collider, so it will look like this. So after you have attached the colliders to all the houses, then inside the script, player controller script, I thought of adding the collision code. So I have attached the collision code like this. And here I have written the logic of when the player colliding with the coin object, okay, the coin supposed to destroy. And in the game, in the Unity asset store, I downloaded this low poly casual treasure packs. I'm using this particular treasure box package to treat it as a coin in my Unity project. Once you download it, so this is the folder, okay, AZ Tech Games. Inside that, you open the prefab folder. You can find a different treasure boxes, okay, that you can leave it randomly inside the game. And for that object also, you're supposed to add the box collider and change the tag like this. And you can make your player to move around, and you can collide with this treasure boxes and this coin, okay, because this is treated as a coin, so that will get disappear. Following that, we were missing one important thing, okay, that is the music. Okay, so we supposed to add the music file when we start playing the game. So what I have done is, okay, in the browser, okay, I have downloaded a free background music file for the game. So I have preferred the Pixabay. So in this site, okay, I have downloaded the first link. So that is the MP3 file. Okay, that is just a music file. So once you download it, okay, that you have to bring it inside your project folder. See, like inside my assets, I have created the audio folder. Inside the audio folder, okay, I have drag and dropped my music file. Music file. I hope all of you have done till this, right? Any doubts? Any doubts? Now, now if you want to make this music to be play in the game background, then you need a component called audio listener. In the film and in the games, music file is very important. So by default, if you look at your main camera, then in the main camera, okay, you can find that component called audio listener that you don't need to attach manually. because main camera and directional light, okay, these two objects will come by default. Okay, so in that camera, if you check the component, okay, there you can find the audio listener. Okay, so without this audio listener, okay, we can't play any music inside our game. So that is why the music is very very important in all the scenes. So by default, okay, they have given this audio listener that we are not attached, that we are not attaching manually. Okay, it is came by default. Okay, so now that we have cross verified, after that, this is the music file, right? This is the music file, and this file is your game music, right? So you can add a game object. You can rename this as game bg music. This is an empty game object. Game bg music. Okay, this is a empty game object. And for this empty game object, okay, you can attach this audio file. For this empty game object, okay, you can attach this audio file. So in the inspector, okay, you can see a new component called audio source, and under that audio clip, and you have all the audio related properties are available, and this is your audio file. Is it done? See, let me repeat. Create a empty game object, rename that game object as a game bg music, and here, okay, you just click reset. So it will be in the 000 position. Okay, position doesn't matter, but even like, okay, you keep it in the center of the horizon. After that, you drag this audio file and attach into the bg music like this. Attach only once. Drag the music file and drop it on the game bg music empty game object. So immediately, if you look at the inspector, okay, here you can see the audio source. Here, okay, you can see the audio source. Yes, how many of you have attached the audio source? Done. Okay, so now you have to look at the settings. Okay, here you have a mute option, you have a play on awake option, you have a loop option, you have a priority, volume, pitch, like that. Okay, we have so many options. But majorly, see, when you click the play button, immediately, if you want to make this music file also to play in the background means, then you're supposed to click play on awake. By default, that is already selected. Play on awake checkbox is selected. Okay, the meaning of this, if you click the play button, immediately the music file also will be play in the background, like how the default animation is happening to the player, right? Similarly, okay, this is the option. Okay, see now, let me, okay, it should be a mild music. Okay, in some point, once it reaches the last frame, okay, it will stop play again, kind of our animation. but you want to make the music file should be play again and again, right? Okay, it should not stop in one point, okay, when it reaches the last frame. So for that, okay, you have to enable the loop option. See, can you see the loop option? So if you don't want to play this background music file by default means, okay, you can disable the play on awake, so it won't play. So see, now I disabled the play on awake, and if you click the play button, you can't hear the music file. Yes, no, even though it is looped, but it is not played, it is not started at all. Okay, stop this. And here, okay, you have priority, volume and all. Now this particular music, okay, we are calling as a 2D sound. Throughout the game, wherever you go, okay, the volume will be same. Okay, the volume will be same in throughout the game. Okay, you can't find any difference like kind of a 3D feel. If you go next to the game object, okay, then only, okay, you can hear the actual sound. If you go far away, then you can't hear the sound. So that is not this sound. Okay, this is a 2D sound. Okay, 2D sound means throughout the game you can hear the same volume. So suppose no, I don't want the 2D sound. Okay, I want to implement the 3D sound. Means if I go next to the object, okay, then only I want to hear the volume little higher. If I go far away, then I don't want to hear such kind of a music. So like a birds, if you go to the refrigerator or if you go to any machinery, then only, okay, you will get the noise. If you go far away, then you can't hear such noise, right? So that is what the 3D music. See now, let me make. Can you see this game music? Can you see this game music? I want this game music to be played only next to this particular treasure. Okay, just remember this treasure. Okay, when I go next to this particular treasure, then only, okay, I want to hear like that. Okay, I'm planning. So what I'm doing is, okay, I have shifted my game music object next to the treasure box, and in the inspector you have an option called spatial blend. Can you see this spatial blend? By default that is 2D, that you can change into 3D. By default that is 2D, that you can change into 3D. Why? Because I'm making this 2D sound as a 3D sound now. Okay, I don't want to hear throughout the game. If I go next to this particular treasure, okay, then only I have to hear the volume properly. Done. After that, here, okay, you can find two options like minimum distance and maximum distance. Minimum distance and maximum distance. Okay, so this is the area, okay, till where I can hear the music. So here by default, okay, the maximum distance is 500, that you change into 5. If you change into 5, immediately can you see one small sphere which is occurred next to the pressure box? Can you see this? See, previously it was 500. That means it is a big sphere. Okay, this music will be hearable till 500 meter. But now I have changed into 5. So this is the range. This is the range for that volume. So if you go inside this volume or if you go nearby to this area, then only you can hear the music file. If you are away from this distance, then you can't hear the music file. Okay, so now I have changed into 3, 5. Then controllers, where is it? It is next to where I am. Here I should go back. Guys, can you hear the music? Even though it is play on awake loop, but which is not at all hearable. See, previously, okay, you can hear the music very loudly, na? But now see, slowly, slowly, slowly. Can you see? So you can make a game or application with the music also. So if you want to guide the player to go only in the proper direction, okay, so he has to figure out the music file. Okay, see now if he goes far away, is it done? See, small, you can adjust that value.
Play with the music also. You'll take some videos. Do some gameplay.
Guys, let me make this as a 2D file.
Play. Do gameplay. He will take video.
Yes, sir.
When he's playing the game with the video, that time we take the video also. Any headset is there? Open headset. Open headset. Where? How many headset is there? How many headset? Open it. Open and keep. Yeah. So now you know how to add a 2D music and 3D music.
And even like, sir, when I'm collecting something, okay, I want to get some notification. But here, okay, the object is getting disappeared, but through sound, through something, okay, if I get a notification, because in the subway surf game, okay, when you collect coins, no, okay, you will get the tin sound, tin, 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 like that. So that is kind of a on response or notification that you have collected that kind, something like that. So if you want to make such kind of effect, see now I have four treasure boxes. Now I have a four treasure boxes, and even in the browser, okay, you can download any kind sound tin, only a small duration, only tin, such kind of a file. Okay, you just search any bell sound or kind sound. It's very big. I need the
Like game also.
what's that?
Game. One sound game.
Ah, that sound. Who got it? You got it. You share that link in the browser.
Sitting.
You got that. Did you share that link, Kapil? You share the music file only. That is better. Okay.
You said a link on the limit. Where?
Yeah. So this is the kind sound. So I want to make the sound to be here when whenever I'm colliding with the coin. Okay. So once you download it, okay, you can bring it inside your audio folder like this. See, I have a background music and I have a coin sound. See, this is my coin sound. Yes. Have you guys downloaded? Ah. Huh? No, this is
There is stereo sound, sir. Left side and right side.
okay.
The stereo is not required, no?
I
It's
don't know.
not required, but in certain games where you need, right? If the pistol has to be louder in one side and then weaker in others. So,
So now once you downloaded, so you just bring it inside your audio file. And for this, let me create one empty game object. Rename this as coin sound and attach this coin audio file to this. Attach this coin audio file to this. Yes. See now if you collect any specific treasure box, the sound supposed to play. Now I have a four different treasure boxes, but sound is the common thing. Okay, I don't want to play different music whenever I'm collecting different treasures. In everywhere, okay, the sound is same. So I don't need to keep the sound file differently under different treasure boxes. Okay, let it be. It's a common sound file. Okay, but in the inspector, I'm not playing during the play mode. Okay, so let me disable this play on awake. I have created an empty game object. I have renamed it as a coin sound and I have attached the sound file, coin file to this inspector.
after this part,
Then I have
this
disabled the
not
play on
possible to
awake
replace
mode. Okay,
jewelry
then
box.
controllers. Now in the code, in the code in the sense, okay, in the player controller code. Why? Because the player only is going to collide with the pressure boxes, right? So here, let me declare one variable called audio source, and I declared a variable name as a kind sound. Audio source is a component. Okay, for that I'm declaring one object. Audio source is a component. Okay, for that, okay, I'm declaring one object. Okay, public audio source kind sound. Okay, now control C. Whenever, okay, I'm colliding with the coin object, I'm destroying the coin. Along with that, I want to make the coin sound also to be play once. Okay, so coin sound dot play. That is a function. If you enable the loop function, okay, it will play again and again. But if you play only once, the coin sound will play once. Are you guys getting? Are you understanding about? See, I have declared the audio source. Why I declared audio source? Because the music file will be treated as a audio source. See, the whole music file will be treated as a audio source. So that is why in the code I have declared the audio source object, and I'm playing this file during when I'm colliding with the coin object. Coin sound dot play. That's it. Huh? Done. Okay, now let me duplicate this. Just listen. Okay, sorry. So here, okay, I am getting an error that, okay, argument null exception. Argument null exception means I have declared one public variable called audio source. That reference I supposed to attach in the inspector, right? This script I have attached into my player. So if you select the player game object in the inspector, in the player controller script, okay, the kind sound is null. It is none. We didn't attach the reference. So the reference is nothing but the kind sound audio that you have to drag and drop. Whenever, okay, you are declaring any public variable, you just remember that where you have used the script inside the hierarchy, and in that hierarchy you should, in that hierarchy, okay, you have to add the reference. Okay, don't forget to attach. Yes, coding wise, okay, there is no error, but after done the coding part, in the inspector, here only I have used the player controller script, and here the kind sound public variable is none. So you have to drag the kind sound here. Guys, don't attach it from the project window. You're supposed to drag and drop inside the hierarchy like this. Yes, done. Controllers. Now you should play. Yes. Hmm. Not MP3. See, the audio file, the format is MP3. That is there inside the audio folder. See, previously for playing the background music, okay, I don't have any conditions. I have to play by default once I click the play button. So what I have done is I have just drag and drop, and the player and awake is on. Even that I have enabled the loop, so it is playing. Now I have a coin sound. I don't want to play this coin sound by default. Whenever I'm colliding with the coin, that time only I want to play this sound. So in the inspector, okay, I didn't enable the play and awake option, even the loop option, everything is off. So the coin sound won't come. I am making the sound to play when I'm colliding with the coin object. Hmm. What? Audio? Yeah. This is. Hmm. Yeah. Audio source is the actual clip. Where came out? This one, right? See, I have attached the whole coin sound like this, right? Here, it is taking the audio source only. That is what intelligence. If at all, if you are getting this question, okay, you would have asked yesterday also. Yesterday, for the player, I have declared the variable called animator. Okay, the animator is nothing but this animator. I want to bring this animator here, but this animator is there under the player. So if I drag this player here, Unity has the intelligence that he have declared one variable and he has given this component. So let me check whether do we have any component within this stack or what like that. Okay, the Unity is checking, and if it finds that respective object or the component, okay, it will use that particular. That is what the intelligence. See, now I have declared the audio source, but that audio source is attached under the empty game object like this. But here I'm not dragging only the sound file, I'm dragging the whole game object. So the Unity has intelligence that okay, within this game object, okay, somebody, I mean, we have one component called audio source, so we have to use it like that. So that is why okay, throughout this inspector, okay, it is searching and it is accessing only this audio source. You are getting. That is the default. Is it done? 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 Is it happening? Did you guys get the output? Just check whether the coin sound is playing. Is it happening? Just check. Collide with the coin output. Did you guys check the one who have joined online? Both is also. But coin sound can be heard only when you collect the coin. Even like sir, the background music is very low. I couldn't able to hear the coin sound means okay, you can adjust the volume here. See, this is the game BG music, right? Can you see the volume? So you can adjust the volume. Okay, so let it slow, very mild, and And whenever you are collecting the coins, that time okay, the coin sound will appear with more volume. See, for the coin sound, the volume is one. For the BG music, okay, you can reduce the volume. Anyone, did you check the output? The one who are joined online audience,
Yes, sir.
is it working? No.
Yes, it is.
No. Perfect. So now, is it working? Is it working? Okay. So now collision. Okay, so we have done with the collision part. We have attached the audio source. Okay, the audio is playing in the necessary places. Similarly, we have we have one more component called trigger. Guys, listen. If you select this game object like house or tree or anything, it is under the collider component. Guys, select. Once you select the treasure box, the inspector, okay, we have a box collider, and under the box collider, okay, we have one concept, option called ease trigger. Can you see this? Ease trigger. So basically, that is also using in some places. Okay, ease trigger means okay, kind of a trigger functionality. You guys know the meaning of triggering, right? Okay, triggering means okay, you are going to trigger any person once. Triggering. Let me give you the example. Like when you guys are entering into the mall, okay, so we have a automatic opening closing door option. Okay, so the security keep on open the door and close the door. Okay, so we have a automatic door system. And when you go nearby to the door, 2 meter either this side or that side. Okay, so we have a sensor, and immediately the door will open. And once you pass out, then the door will close it. That is also kind of a collision only, but there we are not literally going and colliding with the door. Before the door itself, okay, we are creating one more invisible boundary, and through that, okay, so we can implement. See, when we are implementing in the real world, okay, we have a sensors, and we can calculate the distance from the object and with the door. And if the distance is going beyond this or less than this, okay, you can open the door or close the door. Okay, that is the okay, we can do it in physical world. But in game, okay, if I want to make such kind of effects, okay, I don't want to literally move the door. Okay, if I go next to the door within 2 meter here or that side, okay, I want to make the door supposed to be open. Once I pass away from the other side, okay, the door supposed to close automatically. The door supposed to close automatically. Okay, we see. Let me download any door. Select the free one. So let me go with this free wood door pack. Open in Unity. I have selected the free wood door pack and let me add it to my project. Open in Unity and import it. Click import. See, I have the free wood door pack. Inside that, okay, I have a prefab. If you open that wood, I have door 1 to door 10. Can you see this? Which has audio source. Guys, can you see this? If you use any prefab and it has both door and frame together, okay, they are calling as a door black. Now, now let me move. See, I'm just placing it over here. Let me increase the size like this. Yes, can you see this? Yes, yes, we will add 1 second, 1 second. See guys, if you open this door, okay, we have a frame that you delete it. We don't want. We need only the door for the time being. And this is the door. Even okay, you can bring this door out. No, let it be. Which has audio source. We don't need all these things. Okay, you can remove those components. Door animation, door open, door close. One second, wait. See now I have a door. Inside that okay, I have removed the door frame. This is only just assume okay, this is kind of a door. Okay, two doors. I want to make the door should open like this and close. Open like this and close. Okay. So now you duplicate the door once again and you keep it like even okay we have Now it's covered, right? Can you see here from this side or this side? The door is covered. Yes. Can you see this? See, I have given the gap purposely. If you want to keep only one door, also enough. You don't need to keep two doors. Okay, I will show you the logic. Okay, so we have two doors. Can you see this? From this side also it is locked. From that side also it is locked. Okay, I can't enter through this door. Okay. Have you guys placed the door exactly somewhere? You can place it randomly somewhere. Not necessary. I'm going to show the functionality. Is it done? See, I have placed two doors like this. Here I have expanded the size because okay, I want to cover that gap. And here, okay, if I keep only one door, okay, it won't look good. So that is why I have kept two doors. If you want to keep only one door, also fine. You understand the logic, okay? Later, okay, you can add n number of doors. Okay, so now I have kept two doors. Okay. After that, after that, in this place, exactly in this place, okay, game object, 3D object, create one cube. Exactly, it has to come like this. And you have to create this much big. Can you see the cube? You select the position of the door. In that position, okay, you have to add one cube. Can you see this? And you have to enlarge like this. Yes. And you can rename that cube as door trigger. Door trigger. And in the inspector, okay, you can disable the mesh renderer. So you will get only the invisible collider. Can you see this? Yes. Why I have created this cube and I have disabled this mesh because I'm going to use this particular door trigger object as a kind of a sensor. Once someone crosses either from that side or this side, okay, immediately the door is supposed to open. And if the object, if it get out of this place, okay, again I want to make the door to be closed. So this is kind of a sensor. Can you see this? I have created a cube. I have expanded the size, and I have disabled the mesh renderer. Okay, so now here, can you see in the inspector, we have a box collider, and here under the collider, okay, we have one option called ease trigger. Guys, remember ease trigger. Can you see this? Just enable that option. After that, controllers. That's it. Okay, we have to turn in editor. Now we have to go to the coding part. See, I have added two doors or one door, and in that position, okay, you create one cube, and you can expand the size of the cube, and you can disable the mesh renderer, and under the collider, okay, you have to enable the ease trigger. Why? Because my player character is going to interact with this particular trigger, invisible trigger. Not he is not going to literally go and get with the door. Okay. Now in the player controller script, in the player controller script, I'm going to use one more default function. unity function, that is public void on trigger enter. If somebody enters into the area, what should happen? That logic I will write it inside this. Similarly, public void on trigger exit. We have two unity different functions. One is if somebody enters into that area, what should happen? If somebody exits from that area, what should happen? For that, okay, they have already given these two scripts. Within these two functions, okay, I have to call my own logic. Okay, means this particular script I have attached into my player. So if the player object, if he enters inside any trigger place, any trigger collider, now this particular code will automatically call. Like how when you guys are going and colliding with some other object, so that time the collision function is called. Similarly, okay, under the collision, okay, we under the collider, okay, we have enabled the ease trigger. So if the player enters any object, okay, which has the collider, inside the collider, if the trigger is on, then these two functions will be called it over in that position. Now public game object. I have two doors. Okay, so left door, comma, right door. I have declared two game object, left door and right door. Why? Because I want to move my door. I want to move my door. Okay, so I have declared two game objects. After that, you come down inside the on trigger enter function. Here, if other dot game object dot name, I don't want to go with the tag name, which is equal to door trigger. While entering, we are checking whether we are entering into the proper trigger area. And while exiting also, we have to check whether we are exiting from the trigger area or what. So that is why here I'm just checking that invisible collider name. Whether if it is ease trigger, what I want to do is, I want to move the left door dot transform dot translate vector 3 dot, one second, vector 3 dot left into mm, some 3.0 f and right door dot transform dot translate vector 3 dot right into. I want to make my door to be moved immediately to the 3 meters from its original position. Similarly here, Any guys getting? We are not going to hit with the door, and we are not literally handing the holder to open the door. This is an automatic opening thing. So for that also we are using the same collider component. But the thing is, collider means okay, it won't allow you to cross the boundary. But if you enable the trigger means okay, so we can pass through. So once you pass through in the first frame, the on trigger enter will call. Once you exit the last frame, okay, the on trigger exit will be called. Once you enter in within the collider, because collider means okay, it won't allow inside the other one. But I have enabled the trigger. So if you enable the trigger, this object can pass through inside this object if it is a trigger. That is what I am doing. Why? Because I have to pass through other side. So the door is supposed to be open, but here I am not opening the door. I want to make automatic opening closing operation. So that is why here I have enabled the trigger system. Guys, listen. Rename this as left door. Rename this as right door. We forget to attach the references. See, select the player. The inspector we have to attach which one is the left door, which one is the right door. Okay. Controllers. Guys, listen. Can you see it has disappeared on second? Let me move within 1 minute. Can you see? It's closed again. If you want to make it smooth, you can add that and we can add animation timestamp. Not timestamp. Okay, we have a function called love lerp lerp slurp. Okay, so using that function we can know. But if he is going very fast, then it should move very fast. Slowly open. If you want to try to escape, are you getting? So you have to expand the trigger area far, then you can slowly move. So by the time if he reaches the door, it is on the door will be open. Based on the invisible trigger size. You see? Is it happening? How many of you have done this? You are getting the output. Done? No. Anybody who is trying in the online mode? Anyone who got the output?
Yes, sir.
Did you get the output now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else who got the output? Okay, this is the code. That's fine. Okay, so now see how we have added a treasure boxes to feel as we are collecting the coins. Similarly, okay, you can add some zombies or some enemy characters, and we can implement the kill or yeah, we can reduce the life. Okay, why? Because next we have to show the updates of the player. How many coins he collected, or how many life okay he has. Okay, how many chances okay he already lost. Okay, that thing okay we have to choose. So for that, let me add a enemies. Okay, so in the Unity Asset Store, uh, poison, cactus. Guys, can you see this? So this is a cactus. So when I'm colliding with the cactus, okay, I have to kill the life. I mean, I can reduce the life. Okay. Fine. So let me go with this cactus. Okay. Add to my assets. Accept. Add to my assets. Accept. Open in Unity. Download. And import. So you can find a character cactus folder here. Open the prefab folder. There you can find the cactus. Oops. Can you see how big it is? This is what the problem when we are downloading randomly. So that is why the whole assets to be designed by a specific team or by a single person. Okay, because he only knows the ratios, proportions. See now, all other house human characters are looking very tiny, and this characters I have downloaded separately. And if you look at the values, see here the one is indicating 1 meter, but according to this is not 1 meter. It is more than 1 meter. Okay, see, so let me reduce the size like 0.15. Let me keep 0.15. Yeah, can you see? Even though it is very big. Let me make it 0.1. Yes, please. Let me make 0.7. Is it fine? So now this I'm going to treat it as my enemy. So if by mistake, okay, if you're colliding, okay, so you can keep it like this next to the treasures, okay, and the player supposed to go in only one direction. He has to collect the treasures. Okay, he should not collide with the cactus. So first you just reduce the size of the cactus, and in the inspector attach the tag called enemy. The inspector attach the tag called enemy, and this particular cactus doesn't have a collider. So you can add a collider like component physics, add a capsule collider. Okay. 25, radius 5 or radius 10, height you make it 5 or 15, height should be radius. Is it fine? Is it fine? See, I have adjusted the collider's position manually. See, for the cactus, I have kept the scale size is equal to 0.05 in the x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and I have attached the collider, capture collider, and I have given this value, so it will cover the whole cactus body. Yes. Now, if you duplicate the object, everything will look at it. So this is prefab. So you can apply overlay, apply all. Control D, Control D, Control D. You can make these are the security guards. For the Control D, Control D. Yeah, I just paste couple of cactus. The name of the cactus is the tag of the cactus is enemy, and I have attached the collider. Okay, so now let me create one empty game object. Rename this as enemies and drag. So once you placed the enemies, kindly confirm that okay the tag should be enemy and just check whether it has a collider or not. After that, inside your pair controller script, inside the on collision enter, you can add one more condition. Else, if collision dot game object dot tag which is equal to enemy, then you can destroy the characters along with it. Okay, so you can show the information that debug dot log you lost one life, like okay, now can you see you lost one life? See, I lost 4 times. Can you see this? It's working, right? The code is working. But now rather just showing in the debug, what I have to show in the UI that you have collected these many coins and you have lost these many chances. Like this. Yes? Have you guys done till this? I have placed this cactus. Here the cactus has the animation. Okay, so let me change that animation once again. Any state to idle, walk, attack like that. Okay, simply it is going without any condition. Let me make the attack animation as a default one. Okay, and no condition. Delete that transition. Yes. Quick location. I want to show only the attack animation. I just made only that attack animation has to be play as a default. Yes. If you want to show a different animations, okay, then we can create a different AI controller script. If the player is going next to the cactus, then we will make this animation to play. Yes, okay, let him do the ideal animation like that. But anyway, so you got it, no? The state machine of the cactus. I made only the attack animation as a set layer as a default state, and I deleted the transition from this state to another state. There is no entry, there is no exit. But still, okay, I have so many other animations. See, ideal, walk, get hit, dead, walk, make, argue. Yes. So just try to implement it, and we can go for a short break, and then we can join back by 12:30. Is it fine? All of you have completed till now. Okay, so now we are going to show the updates. Update in the sense, okay, that is kind of an information. So that information can be done only with the help of UI, like a text, label, so those kind of things. So now in Unity, listen, all the 3D game objects are having a separate coordinate system, and all the UI elements are having a different coordinate system. See, can you, if you look at the game object, we have a 3D objects. Under that, okay, we have a couple of primitive objects. Similarly, okay, in the same row, okay, you can find the UI. Okay, see, under the UI, you can find the UI elements. If you want to design any page, okay, what are all the elements you record? Okay, all those things will be considered as a UI element in Unity here, like image, text, raw image, panel, toggle, slider, scroll bar. Within this, okay, we can create a good UI in game development. Okay, within the this elements, okay, we can create a good UI. Okay, so now the first thing, okay, I'm going to show the score and life of my player. That is a text. Okay, I want to show within the text field. Okay, so here UI, let me click text mesh pro. Immediately it will ask you to import this text mesh pro essentials pack. Then only the text will be supported inside your Unity. So let me click this import text mesh pro essentials. Okay, then you close this window. That's it. You import TMP essentials. Okay, that's enough. You close this window. See, let me repeat: game object, UI, click text mesh pro. Then you have to import that package, and you close that window. And you can look at the hierarchy here. You can find the text TMP under the parent called canvas. Along with that, okay, you will get one more game object called event system. Can you see this? If you double click this text in the scene window, it will look bigger than the 3D objects. Can you see this? All the houses, the character are looking very tiny, but the text box is looking very bigger. Very big, right? This is what the difference. Don't confuse. The UI will appear like that only. Okay, don't get panic. Okay, the UI will get appear like that only. Let it be. Okay, you come back to the hierarchy. Okay, so here I just clicked only the text mesh pro text. But if you look at the hierarchy, okay, here the text didn't come alone. Okay, it has come under the parent called canvas, and after that, okay, you can see one more game object called event system. So basically, all the UI related elements are managed by the parent called canvas. So basically, canvas is a 2D manager. You can ask, okay, what kind of operations? Suppose when I'm designing the UI, so I have taken certain resolution. So the same application or the same can be played in a higher resolution with the different screen size. In the time, okay, the adjustment of the position, the size, the placement of those UI elements, okay, everything has to be automatically adjusted. I don't need to manually place every time for a different resolutions or a different screen size. Okay, so this is one of the feature, okay, that can be taken care by the canvas. So basically, canvas is a 2D manager, and he is going to taken care of the operations or the functionalities under the this particular. Okay, like all the UI elements will be there under the canvas. See, now again, if you want to add one more text box, so that text box won't come under a different canvas. Okay, so that also will be a child of the same canvas. Okay, so the canvas will appear only once at the very first time of adding your first UI element. You can add any UI element, not only the text. Within this, you can add any one of the UI element, but that will come by under the canvas. And after that, okay, if you add any other UI element, okay, that time it won't create a different canvas. Okay, that also will come under the same parent called the same canvas. Okay. So one canvas is enough for one game. Okay. Now event system. Don't delete this event system. Okay, because this I didn't add manually. When I try to add the text along with the canvas, okay, this object also have appeared. The purpose of this event system, UI has a different interactions. UI has a different interactions. Like what? I can press the button. I can hold the slider and move. Okay, I can swipe. I can touch. I can double tap on the UI elements. Yes or no? If it is a mobile, then I can interact with the UI elements through the touch. Single touch, double touch, tap, press, hold, release like that. If it is in the PC, then using the mouse button down, okay, I can interact with the buttons. Button down, button hold, on over, on mouse over like that. Okay, we have a different functionality. So UI has a different interaction method, and all the game objects has a different interaction method. Okay, even the coordinates also different. You take any UI. For the UI, okay, we don't have any depth. Okay, it will be always appear in the 2D screen. Only x-axis and y-axis is a matter. But if you take our 3D object, okay, you can move inside, forward, back. So you will get the difference. But the UI will be always appear in the 2D panel. So like that, okay, we have so many concepts under the UI. So this event system will take care of all the interaction methods of the UI which you are going to add under the canvas. So if you delete this event system and if you are trying to interact with those buttons, then that code won't work without the event system. So this event system mandatory. Don't delete it by mistake and it will come by default. Okay, so I added only the text. The text have came under the canvas along with the event system. So this is how okay, it will look like. Okay, after that, if you double click the text, okay, which is looking very big inside the scene window, but if you look at in the game window, it is like a normal text. Can you see the size? Here how big it is. Here how big it is. Okay, now I have to align. So before going to align, first let me select any one of the resolution as a default resolution. See, if you are going to build a house, okay, you can't build a house in the open world. First, okay, you have to get the site like 40, 50. Within that, okay, you have to map. You have to draw the map, right? Okay, so here only I am going to create the kitchen, washroom, hall, bedroom like that. So first you have to allocate the space. On top of that, okay, you just to decide whatever you want. Okay, but now if you look at your game window, it is a free aspect. That means okay, you don't have any limitation for this screen. It is a free aspect. But when I'm going to create a UI, okay, let me create or let me select any one of the resolution as a default resolution. Like if you click this drop down, you can see free aspect like 16 is to 9, 16 is to 10. Okay, these are all the iPhone ratios. Aspect ratio. The same screen can be measured by aspect ratio like 16 is to 9 or 19 is to anything. Even with the pixel count also we can measure. That is what 1920 into 1080. These are all the pixel count and this is the aspect ratio. Screen can be measured in two different ways. One is the aspect ratio. Other one is the pixel count. Pixel count means okay, there is a larger value. Same value okay, you have to use the ratio calculation. Okay, then it will be look lesser. Then that is the aspect ratio. So using two ways, okay, you can measure your screen. Within this two ways, okay, whichever the resolution you want to take, okay, you can take. See here you can see only the limited resolutions, right? Only 16 is to 9, 16 is to 10, 1920 into 1080 like that. But if you think that no, I am planning to take a specific resolution as a default, but that is not listed under this place, means you can add that. Like, see, can you see the plus symbol here? Can you see the plus symbol here? Okay, just click this, and you can give the name label for that. Okay, so now IIT project resolution like that. Okay, I have given the name label. After that, whether you want to measure with the aspect ratio or a fixed resolution. So let me go with the fixed resolution only. And the width, let me give like 1024. Y, let me give like 768. That is one of the default resolution in all the PCs in laptop. 1024 into 768. But that ratio is missed over here. So I want to add here. Just click OK. Immediately, okay, the screen will be cut down like this. Can you see? This is the actual area of 1024 into 768. Previously, okay, the whole game area will be displaying as our output. But now that is not the case. Okay, I have cut down. Okay, this is the actual output area which you have selected. Why? Because okay, now I am going to align my UI. Okay, so if I know the exact limitation, then only I can place in the corner or in the center or right side or left side. Okay, so now once you've done this, if you select the canvas in the inspector, okay, you can see vector transform. Okay, this is not a normal transform. Okay, normal transform can be appeared for only 3D objects. Now all the UI elements will be calculated within the rectangular area. So that is what it is, a vector transform. Can you see this? Then, then select your text box. Rename this text box as score. Rename the text box as score. I am just renaming the text box name. Inside the text box, okay, we have one default text that if you want to change, that can be changed it over here. See here, that is a text box name. If you want to change the default text value, then you can change it over here like score. If you double click here, you can see the score. Previously, it was a new text, right? Now I have changed it into score. Now I have changed it into score. Yes. Okay. Then control S. After that, it is not at all coming within this area, which is not at all coming within this area. So let me go with this 190. So this is a HD screen. Okay, so let me change into this. Okay, so now the score value is not at all visible within the game area. Can you see? Which is very small here. Can you see this? That I have to align it properly. Like how? That I have to align it properly. Like how? See, the inspector under the vector transform, okay, you can see this kind of lines like red color and yellow color lines. Can you see this? If you click this, then you will get this particular options. Basically, these options are called as anchor points. Anchor points. Can you see that? See, anchor point in the sense you take any display, either PC, laptop, mobile, TV, web projector. All the displays are in the rectangular view. There is no circular view. There is no square view. All the displays are in the rectangular view. In that rectangular frame, you can define 9 constant places. 9 constant places are nothing but left top, top left, top middle, top right, middle left, middle center, middle right, bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. Yes, the points are constant in all the display areas. See, left top, I mean top left, top center, top right, middle left, middle center, middle right, bottom left, bottom center, and bottom right. That is common across all the displays. Suppose if you want to make your UI to be placed within these 9 anchor points, you select the text box, you press Ctrl and Alt together in the keyboard. We have to press Control and Alt together in the keyboard. Then under the inspector, okay, you can select this anchor points. You just decide whichever the anchor point you want. Can you see this? The score is moving into the respective anchor points. Can you see this? Now the score is looking very tiny. Now the score is looking very tiny. Guys, we have to do one small settings in the canvas. Select the canvas. In the inspector, my UI has to be adjusted based on the device resolution. I don't want to manually check and align. Okay, the application has to manually adjust the position and size according to the device where it is going to display. So for that, select the canvas in the inspector. You can find canvas scaler. Can you see this? In the canvas scaler, okay, the UI scale mode is constant pixel size. Yes, that you can change into scale with screen size. If you enable this option, so now the UI system which you are creating according to this particular resolution will be automatically adjust or taken care of other resolutions. Select the canvas, the inspector, the UI scale mode. Okay, we can change it from constant pixel size into scale with screen size. Then you look at the score. It is adjusted, right? It is adjusted. Okay, so now again you select the score, Control Alt together. Okay, you have to press both Control and Alt together. Then you select the anchor. So now I have placed my score in the left top. Can you see this? Then you can slightly bring it little down also, not an issue. And if you want to change the color of this text, you can scroll down. Now I have created a score text. Similarly, I have to create the live text. So select the same score text, Control D. Don't do anything, okay, Control D. Because this UI is important, okay, because it will change based on the devices. If you are making for a VR application, the procedure is same, but the interaction might be different. If you are making for a Android development, okay, it is different. Okay, so now I have duplicated my score text, renamed this as life, and you can change the default value as life. Now both the score and live text boxes are appearing one on top. So you just bring your live like this. You can change the color. Is it fine? Like that. First you have to add the text boxes. Is it done? Any doubts? Any doubts? Huh? Now I have declared two text variables and I have aligned in my UI in the screen. So basically we used to call that as a HUD, heads up display. Okay, all these updates will come in the top layer or top panel of the game. So that we used to simply call as HUD. Okay, so now once you done this, go back to the player controller. I have the text box area. So inside the text, okay, I need to show some data, right? Data is what? Score value is something. Light value is something. Okay. So score is just a string value. That is the information. But when you are colliding with the coin or when you are losing your life, then you have to show with some numbers, right? So you need a number. That number should be a integer number. not a decimal number. Okay, so here inside the player controller, declare public int score comma life. Public int score comma life. Then you initialize this variable's value inside the start function like score is equal to 0, life which is equal to 5. You are giving 5 chances for the player. Okay. You want to give 3, it's up to you. I declared two integer variables called score and life. Then I initialized inside the start function score is equal to 0. Then life is equal to 5. No. Then then I need two text variables to display this information. I need two text field to display this information. The text fields are based on the Text Mesh Pro Essentials library. When we added the text bars, that time we have imported one library, TMP library. So if you want to use any text field inside your script, first you need to use that namespace. Guys, listen. On top of your script, using um, yes, TMP Pro. Using TM Pro. Now I can declare two text field variables like public tmp underscore text score text comma live text. Don't get confused between the score. Score is a number which can be modified when you collide with the coins or and life variable can be modified when you collide with the enemies. Now that information supposed to show inside a specific text box that only is this variable score text and live text. Yes, done. So once you've done this, inside the start function, inside the start function, core text dot text which is equal to core colon plus score. Basically, this text property will accept only the string data. This text box, the TMP text will allow only the string data. So now here I can't only print my score. Okay, I have to print like score colon that value. So that is why I have given this score colon within the double quotes. Plus here string concatenation will happen. That will be assigned into this particular text field. Okay. Similarly, live text dot text which is equal to live plus then the value which we have assigned will be updated. This means incremental concatenation. Done. So in this number of workers increment, what is string so now go down, go inside the collision function, go inside the coin condition. So whenever you are colliding with the coin is getting destroyed. You can able to hear the coin sound. After that, you have to increase the score also. Score plus plus. Score is integer variable. By default, you have assigned it to 0. Now, when you are colliding with the coin, you have to increase the score value. Once you increase, immediately that update should be shown in the text field. Okay, so score text dot text, which is equal to, you can rewrite the text like again score colon with the updated score value. Are you guys getting? Yes. Score plus plus. Then the value which updated should display immediately inside the text box. So we have to rewrite like this. And now similarly inside the enemy, I have given the debug statement. Okay, that you delete it. I don't want this. I'm destroying the characters. After that, reduce the life like this. Life minus minus. After that, okay, that information also has to be updated immediately inside the text box, like life text, which is equal to life colon. Then okay, controllers. Don't play the game because we have to attach the text box all those things. No? So select the player, the inspector, the score value is equal to 0, the life value which is equal to 5. Here I supposed to attach the reference of the score text and the live text. Okay. So drag the score here and drag the live here. Controllers. We select the player. Here score value should be 0. Live value should be 5. Enter. Change it. Then score text and live text are nothing but the text variable which you have declared inside the canvas. So drag the canvas, score text into score, live text into controllers. Now here it is slanting because we are colliding. Can you see score became 1 and light became 4? Even like okay, if you want to show the any boom sound when you are colliding with the characters, you can play that sound. Download it and you can attach it. Now, while colliding with the coins, we are getting the coin sound. Similarly, okay, when you are colliding with the characters, you have to show some down. Mishkurator you can use player when he is having the weapons. Because that time, okay, he won't hit with the enemy. Okay, only the weapon is going to collide with the body. That time, okay, you have to attach Mishkurator to the weapon. That time also you have to attach a bar. Because now here I'm not going to literally go, I mean, taking the car. Okay, I won't hit with this because in the suppressor, okay, what the character is going to do is he won't run and get it. So he's not going to hit the times. That time also I can give the Nishpadaga. So with the hand fingers, if it touches the coin, that time also I have to disappear the animation. So that is so that time also this was mesh collider to player also will work, but we won't prefer because this is one of the optimized with this collider itself so that we can achieve the functionality of what you can achieve through the mesh collider that you can achieve. Especially when he is going to carry any weapon, okay, using or he is going to any boxing game. So that time okay, the controller should be only with these two hands. Okay, so that time if we get this collider gets this. That time when you are not going to calculate with the whole body, whereas this colliding with another person. Based on the requirement, okay, you can use the collider. But preferably, we for the whole body, we will use the box for this capsule to cover. Move some that time you can go with the separate collider. The whole mesh collider won't work. Ufurdu. చిన్న పని. See, now I'm going to add the damage or punch sound when I'm colliding with the zombie. Controllers, coin sound, comma, punch sound. Inside the enemy, punch sound dot play. After that, the inspector or the player, you can attach the punch sound. Punching you, so it happening. Any doubts? Have you guys implemented till here? Online guys? Anyone who have done till this online joining? We did get till this. So now you are getting at least the idea, right? Okay, what should be done? Where to declare the variable, where to update the instruction. Still, we have to write the logic because once you keep on colliding with the cactus here, so you will keep on lose the life, and it will go in the negative value also, like -1, -2 also. But that should not happen. Now. Once you reach zero, means that you lost all your chances, then the game should be over. So you should not make the player to again engage with the game. He has to again restart it from starting, or he has to take another step. Okay, so now this is done. If you look at zombies, zombies are keep on showing the attack animation, right? Zombies are keep on showing the attack animation. Yes, but here in attack animation, right? So if you open this animation, here I have attack and idle, walk and all. So let me bring the idle, remove this connection. let me make this idle as a default animation. And once the player goes next to the zombie, not zombie, next to the cactus, I'm checking the distance. In that case, let me show the attack animation. Okay, let me show the attack animation. Are you guys getting? By default, okay, let the cactus show only the idle animation. When the player goes next to the cactus, based on the distance, okay, let me show the attack animation. You will be in the same position because they are the secretaries for the guard for the pressure boxes. So if the player goes next to the cactus, they will start show the attack animation. So let me give the transition from attack and attack to idle. Create a parameter. Click the plus symbol in here. Okay, let me attack 0. I declared an integer variable like attack, which is 0. 0 means okay, this idle will play, and from idle to attack it equals to 1. If it equals to 1, then the attack animation play. Again from attack to idle, make the 0. We just declared a variable name called attack state or attack something. Attack state. If attack state is equal to 1, attack animation will play. Again, if it is 0, let me play the idle animation. Okay. Controllers. Let me create a script, new script called. Let me create a new script called AI controller or enemy controller or cactus controller, anything. Controller. Okay. So here public game object, or you can go with transform data type. For my enemy means for the cactus, who is the target? Player is the target. Okay, so let me rename this transform name as player, or you can rename this as target, anything. After that, I need to change the animation inside the cactus, so I have to declare the animator variable like public animator cactus animator. Now, first let me make my zombie to look at the player, like how transform dot look at target, because these are the default functions. Let me make my zombie or the cactus to look at the player wherever he is in the game. Okay, so they will automatically protect. Okay, they have the special power up. After that, if vector 3 dot distance from the cactus position, comma my target position, if the distance goes less than 2.0 f. That means okay, the player is nearby the cactus. Nearby the cactus. Yes. See, I am going to find a distance between the cactus and the target. Target is player. Okay, the distance if it goes less than 2.0, then immediately let me start call the animator dot set integer. The name is attack state comma 1 else is 0. That's fine. See, now the cactus is blindly showing the attack animation. I don't want to show. We let them just to be happy by doing some idle pose. When the player goes next to the cactus, then they have to be alert. Okay, so they have to look at the player. They have to look at the player. Even like okay, you can cut down this line and put it inside this. So they will immediately alert and they will look at you and they will start showing the attack animation. Even okay, you can increase the distance like 3 also not an issue. Once you've done this, let me tell you, go to the scene, select all the cactus together and drag this A controller script. And in the A controller script, okay, so you have to attach the target. Okay, target is nothing but your player. So you just drag the player like this. After that, you individually select the cactus, drag this animator here. And for this cactus, this animator. For this cactus, this animator. Are you getting? Controllers. Are they doing attack animation? No, right? They are doing the ideal animation. Can you see the difference there? Previously, if it was punching, right? Now, are they punching? No. Can you see? He started attacking. Can you see that? See? He will look at you and he will attack. Can you see this? Those guys will do the ideal animation. is the code. See, once you're done with this scripting part, you select all the characters. Together you attach the script. After that, in that mode itself, okay, you drag the player. Then after that, okay, individually you have to drag the animator. Then you check it. See, I have declared the transform variable. Okay, transform variable contains the position, rotation, scale, everything. Okay, so here we have a function called distance. Vector 3 dot distance. So I have to pass two parameters: start position, end position, or the start object position or the end object position, source or the destination. So if you pass those two objects position, then it will give you the distance between okay those two points. If that value is going less than 3 meter, then I'm just making the object to look at the player and let him start attack the player. Yes, okay, let him do the idle state. Okay, even if I can increase this size. So, Nicholas, are you asking this script? So we can break for lunch. Location.